Hi guys, picked this up in the charity shop, so now it's time to see whether it actually works. What we've got here in effect is just two radio controlled cars, but they've been dressed up to look like knights on horses. Comes from Marks and Spencer's, probably a Christmas special. So we'll have a look. Lots of packaging. Well, I've got to say, top marks to whoever put this in the charity shop for saving all the original packaging. Well, there's their lances. Controller, red and blue. Right, I've tidied that up a bit. Got batteries in there. Got lights on now. Alright, we'll try it with the batteries that it came with. Alright, nothing happening there. Let's try the other one. That's in the on position anyway. Okay, fresh batteries there. Because I could read the instructions, that might help. Oh yeah, those batteries are definitely flat. And they're not too bad. Flat. Good one. So we need the knight in place. Ah, that's what it is. The knight needs to be in place before it will operate. Well, that one's moved a tiny bit. Try a couple of proper Duracells. That's better. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do a bit of work on Mr. Blue, or Sir Blue. But it looks like he's okay. We'll take it apart and have a look inside. It's only got 3 screws from the looks of it. And that little switch there to detect whether the Knight is sitting on top or not. So with no weight on it, still not very impressed with that steering. He only seems to want to go forwards. I think that's the buttons in here. That's better. Well, I didn't do much other than adjust the switch under there. And that seems to make the difference. So I'll screw it back together. I think he needs fresher batteries. Having taken the other one apart, I can now see it's a lot easier. Rather than undoing all those screws, there's a bit of flex in the bodywork. So I can just pop it out. It's not the proper way to do it. But that means I can get down to that little switch down the bottom there, or contact, that's operated by the Knight sitting in the top there. And I can just give it a gentle little bit of a bend. So that it's got a bit more, or a bit less movement to make contact. So it's now a bit more positive. That sounds like we've got a missing gear now. I have to take it apart again. This is taking longer than intended. I've actually had to take the gearbox apart because that gear there is sliding around on the shaft. I don't know how I'm going to fix that. Might have to put a bit of super glue on it or something to stop it slipping along, because it's not supposed to be as loose as that. Right, putting super glue on the shaft is definitely not a good idea if it's going to run along the shaft and get into the bearings, so have to make sure you hold it the right way up so it doesn't run the wrong way. Just leave that alone for a few minutes and then put it all back together. I've pushed it back together. There was this one little screw on top. The rest of it is all these clips that just clip the gearbox together. And then this little, I'll call it a peg, there's one on either side, that's the suspension, or at least it allows the gearbox to twist. It sits in that slot there, and there's one on the other side, and underneath it, I can find what I've done with it, there we are, there's that spring that sits in the assembly there and just sort of gently pushes the gearbox away from the bodywork so that it can rock around. Easier than I thought. The spring is, I suppose it's ferrous, steel or something. It actually sticks to the magnet on the motor, so that's holding it in place. Or we put it all back in. So there we are. So that's what I'm on about. It can do that sort of rocking motion. So if I hold the little bit in there to pretend that the knight is sitting in his place, have we got, yeah, we got forwards and backwards now. Okay, so this is my lazy way of doing it without undoing the 3 screws that hold the bodywork together. Just align it. Right, align it, give it a gentle push. There we are, all in place again. Push down on the top. So he looks okay. Put Mr. Knight back in place. What I now need is 1 or 2 grandchildren to try them out. Yes, we'll leave this for the grandchildren.